This is the example 4 of our polynomial division. So what we would divide is 5x cubed minus 14x plus 3 divided by x minus 2. So pansinin nyo, sulat muna natin siya. We have x minus 2, 5x cubed minus 14x plus 3. Pansinin nyo dito, I left a blank space for this one kasi we also have to consider yung may power ng x cube. This blank pertains to dun sa first, second, and third power natin. So wala kasi tayong x cube, so I just left it blank, which is very crucial for us. So first things first, ano yung number na kapag dinivide natin or minultiply natin, should I say, sa x is magkakaroon tayo ng 5x cubed. So that would be 5x squared. Pansinin, I wrote 5x squared on the line of second degree na power natin. But since wala siya, itinapat ko na lang siya. And imumultiply lang natin siya, we would end up with 5x cubed. Ulit, i-consider natin na merong 0 dyan. And then, we would simply put 5x squared times negative 2. Siyempre, we would end up with negative 10x squared. So, meron tayong ganyan. And then, we would just solve that algebraically. But then again, meron kasi tayong invisible na negative dito, or not necessarily invisible. Meron tayong negative dito. So, ipasok lang natin siya, negative times 5x cubed would end up with negative 5x cubed, negative times negative 10x squared, it would become positive 10x squared. Solve it algebraically, we would end up, cancel yan, would have 10x squared. Baba natin yon. We have negative 14x. Next, ano yung kailangan natin na kapag minultiply natin sa x, we would end up with 10x squared. Siyempre, we only need negative 10x. So, should I say positive pala siya. So, positive. So, 10x times x, we would have 10x squared. 10x times negative 2, we would have negative 20x. Since ganun ulit, meron tayong negative sign dyan. Pasok lang natin siya. Negative times 10x would have negative 10x squared. Negative times negative 20x, that would become positive 20x. So, 10x squared minus 10x squared, cancel that out. Negative 14x plus 20x, we have 6x. Baba natin yon, plus 3. Lastly, ano yung kailangan natin na kapag minultiply natin sa x is magkakaroon tayo ng 6x? Siyempre, that is simply 6. So, 6 times x would have 6x. 6 times negative 2, we would have negative 12. So, since may invisible tayong negative sign dito, meron tayong invisible na negative sign dito. Ipasok ulit natin siya. Simply negative times 6x, that would be negative 6x. Negative times negative 12, that would be positive 12. Thus, solve it algebraically, 6x minus 6x. 6x minus, or 6x less 6x, that would be cancelled. 3 plus 12, 15. Thus, our answer is simply 5x squared plus 10x plus 6. Remainder is equal to 15. So, that all ends our polynomial division. But then again, medyo mahaba kasi yung polynomial division natin eh. Thus, we have a shortcut for that. We call that remainder theorem. So, sa remainder theorem, sabi niya dito, if a polynomial f of x is divided by x minus r, until a remainder of x is obtained, the resulting remainder is equal to f of r. So, parang medyo mahirap intindihin. So, to simplify things, we would simply get yung example number 2 natin kanina. Or yung unang example natin sa polynomial division. Pansinin nyo, this is similar dun sa sinolve natin kanina. But this time, i-apply natin yung sabi niya sa remainder theorem. Whereas, kapag this one is used to divide this equation, so, yung x minus 5, we would assume that the remainder is simply x is equal to r. Whereas, x is equal to, transpose lang natin yon 5. And then we would simply substitute that. We have f of x is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 40. Since ang assume natin is x is equal to 5, i-substitute natin. F of 5 is simply 5 squared plus 3x minus 40. 5 na pala dapat yan. So, this would become 25 plus 15 minus 40. 25 plus 15, that would be 40 minus 40. F of 5 is equal to 0. Which is similar dun sa sagot natin kanina, considering our example number 2, which is, ito yan. Whereas, ang remainder natin, dito, ay 0. And so as with this. Thus, ulit, leading us to our factor theorem. Ano yun? Sabi niya dito, considering a function f of x, if f of 1 is equal to 0, then x minus 1 is a factor of f of x. If f negative 3 is equal to 0, then x plus 3 is a factor of f of x. This simply means na yung x minus 5 is a factor of this equation. Since nung sinubstitute natin siya, nag-equal siya sa 0. Now, let's see kung paano naman i-apply yung remainder theorem sa iba pa nating mga examples kanina. So, balikan natin yung example natin kanina for example number 3, which is this. So, ganun siya ulit. Ayusin lang natin to. We have 4x f of x is equal to 4x minus 8x squared minus 9x plus 7. So, we must get, first things first, yung ating value ng x is equal to r. We have this equation, 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Substitute lang natin, 2x is equal to 3. Therefore, x is equal to 3 over 2. Substitute natin siya dito. We have f of 3 over 2 is equal to 4 times 3 over 2 minus 8, may cube yan, sorry. 8 times 3 over 2 square minus 9 times 3 over 2 plus 7. So, substituting this, we would end up with, kailangan ko na ng calculus, medyo mahirap-hirap na siya. So, 4 times 3 over 2, that would become 6 minus, sorry. May cube pala dito. My bad. Cube. That would be 13 over 5. 13.5 minus 8 square. That would become 18. Minus 9 times 3 over 2. That would be also 13.5 plus 7. So 13.5 minus negative 13.5. So we would have f over 3 over 2 is equal to negative 18 plus 7. F over 3 over 2 is equal to negative 11. Thus, the remainder of this equation, remainder is equal to negative 11. Which is similar dun sa na-solve natin kanina. Which is ito yan. So, hindi siya buo. Curl ko na siya. Ganyan. So, makita nyo, remainder theorem can be used as a shortcut sa polynomial division, especially kapag ang tanong lang dun sa ating question sa board is yung remainder lang. So, mabilisan kapag kailangan natin, hindi na tayo maglo-long method ng polynomial division. We will just use the remainder theorem, whereas isa-substitute natin yung value ng x dun sa pang-divide natin sa equation. Last example natin siya dito is this one. 5x cubed minus 14x plus 3x minus 2. Kanina, nag-substitute pa tayo, possible na malito tayo kasi nga wala yung exponent natin na may power ng square or x raised to 2. So, dito sa remainder theorem, ang kailangan lang natin gawin is i-substitute natin. So, first, alamin muna natin ano yung gagamitin nating remainder. So, we have, ito yung gagamitin natin. X minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to 2. Substitute natin siya. F of 2 is equal to 5x cubed minus 14x plus 3. Substitute lang natin. 5, 2 cubed minus 14 times 2 plus 3. 5 times, this would become 8. And this would become 28 plus 3. 5 times 8, that would become 40 minus 28 plus 3. Lan yun. F of 2 is equal to positive 15. Thus, the remainder from this is simply 15. Which jives dun sa na-solve natin kanina. Hindi ko mahanapan. Basta. Hindi ko na siya mahanapan eh. Which is positive 15 din. Now, we would look on the next video yung mga iba pang examples.